Casey, everybody, back with another video. This is Michigan barber 77 defying state over shutdown, has licenses suspended but refuses to close. So the barber defied the shutdown because he did not want to stay home anymore. So he decided that took the matter into his own hands, that he wanted to go to work. And the barber is 77 years old. And this is why you cannot let a governor or mayor of your state hold you prisoner in your home. Not even the state is allowed to hold you prisoner. It's against the law. It's not in their job description to hold people hostages at home. What they are doing is inhumane. A Michigan barber who opened his shop in defiance of the governor's C-19 virus shutdown orders has had his license suspended by the state. So the state took his barber licenses because he did not want to stay home anymore. So he decided that he was not going to take it anymore, staying home, because there was no money coming in whatsoever. So he decided, oh, he's going to open back up, and that's what he did. And now look what, and now the state has took his barber licenses away. But the barber Carl Mankey told NBC News on Thursday that he has received no notice from officials about the suspension and has no plans to close his shop in Owosso, about 37 miles northeast of Lansing, the capital. So he never had no notice from officials about the suspension, not one single letter, and has no plans to close his shop in Owosso, and that's about 37 miles northeast of Lansing, the capital. If we wait until we're absolutely perfectly safe, we'll never have the freedoms that we had, he said. Yes, so if you keep waiting more and more and more, hoping that they'll just go ahead and work. The governors, the state, and the mayors are not allowed to keep you prisoner in your home. It's against the law. It's inhumane. And of course, as you can see here is the barber who is 77 years old, cutting a hair. Mankey, 77, owner of Carl Mankey's Barber and Beauty, has been in the business since 1961, and he opened his own shop 4 years later. He said that in March, when Governor Gretchen Whitmer first issued a stay-at-home order and closed all the non-essential businesses, he shut down his shop. So Governor Whitmer, Gretchen Whitmer, when I don't know if it's a woman or a man. What do I know? I'm stupid. But when the governor had ordered the stay-at-home order, he had to close his shop. But then, of course, as the days, weeks, and months go by, he couldn't take it anymore. He got tired of it. So he decided that, well, I'm going to go to work. I'm going to open up my shop, and I don't care what these people say. And when he did, the state came and took his barber licenses away from him. They suspended it, but he still wasn't going to close at all. The order was supposed to have ended in mid-April, but it has been extended. NBC affiliate WDIV of Detroit reported that the order has been extended to May 28th. So now Michigan orders up all the way to May 28th. Really? No, because it was supposed to end in mid-April. That does not give them the right to keep extending it. They're making up excuses to keep everybody locked down. They do not have the authority to keep anybody locked down. And I do feel sorry for this barber, what he has to go through now. He's 77 years old. He wants to feed his family. He's not going to allow this anymore, and your freedom better be depending on it, because you better have your freedom of speech, because that's the First Amendment. Mankey, who writes novels on the side, said that because bills and other expenses are piling up, he couldn't remain closed. Yeah, so all his bills were piling up, his other expenses are piling up, like I do believe the mortgage, the taxes, gas, electric. I don't know about if he has cable or not, so I don't know. Car payments, whatever. All these bills are paying up because of these pathetic orders that are inhumane. I had no income. There was nothing coming in, he said, adding that places where he did book signings were also closed. Yeah, so there was no income coming in. He needed to feed his family. He needed to take care of his family. But with no income coming in, what else could he have done except go to work, to open up his shop again, and do what he's got to do? He also said, adding that places where he did book signings were also closed. So they were closed too. All the places that he could think of. On May 4th, he opened up his barber shop, a decision that has led to criticism. A commenter on the shop's Facebook page accused Mankey of caring more about your money than lives. Others have left messages telling him to stay home. Well, who the heck are they? These people are criticizing him. The barber has every right to open up his shop, and that's what he did on May 4th. The commentator on the shop's Facebook page accused Mankey of caring more about money than lives. Excuse me, but when you need to feed family, your butts are going to get back to work one way or the other, because there is no way he was going to stand for this any longer. And others have left messaging telling him to stay home. Who are they to tell him what to do? He's a grown man. He's 77 years old. And these people that criticize him and say, oh, you got to stay home. Really? You ain't got to do nothing. State Attorney General Dana Nessel said Mankey's actions put the public at risk. Oh, now we got an Attorney General saying, oh, he's put the public at risk. Risk for what? There's no risk for anything. You're being controlled by the state, the government, and the fake politicians, which are the mayors. They have no right to tell you to stay home. Nessel said that local police cited Mankey for violating the order, and that the state's Department of Health and Human Services issued an order requiring Mankey to close his barbershop, but that he didn't comply. Well, I'm glad he never complied, because these police are out of order, the state is out of order, the Human and Health Services are out of order. Who are they to tell somebody what they can and cannot do? This man did what he wanted to do, was go open up his barber shop, and I applaud him for that. Anytime you have a barber or other professional providing services to numerous citizens in close proximity to each other, and those citizens are then returning to their various residences, there is a risk of contracting and spreading the virus, the Attorney General said in a news release Wednesday. It is paramount that we take action to protect the public and do our part to help save lives. Save lives from who? From the fake news? That's where it's going to be saving lives from, because NBC is full of garbage, and they are not telling the truth at all. How much longer are the people going to put up with NBC News? This is why I never watch TV. They're full of crap. They're big liars. They're getting paid big time to tell from their big brother, which is the NWO, by the way, to tell them, oh, you got to tell these people to stay home. They're fear-mongering. They're putting fear into you, and they don't even care about you. Oh, we're going to save you. Yeah, for what? With vaccines that don't exist? Are they kidding? Mankey's professional license and the license for his shop were summarily suspended, and an administrative licensing complaint was issued. Nessel said, "Well, yes, the barber had the right to file a complaint against the state. He has a right. When you're being abused by the state, the government, and the mayors, you do have a right to sue them. Because in their description of their jobs, they are not allowed to hold you hostage in your own home. They're not allowed to do that. Look at their job description, and it will have only one job description, and that is to give advice to people. It does not say, oh, we're going to hold people prisoner in their home. No, what they are doing is breaking the Constitution of the patriots. That's what they are doing." Mankey said he wears a mask and uses hand sanitizer regularly while working. He encourages his customers to wear masks and to protect social distancing guidelines. He said he isn't worried about getting sick. So Mankey did say he wears a mask and he uses hand sanitizers regularly while working. He is encouraging his customers to wear masks and to practice social distancing guidelines. He said he isn't worried about getting sick. Well, this man is 77 years old, and seriously, what NBC News, they're full of dippies. They're full of fear-mongering journalists there because they're getting paid to tell these lies. I've been through so many of these things. I remember as a kid, my mother used to make us sit in the basement because of the polio virus. I've been through the Hong Kong flu and the swine flu, he said. All right, so when he was a little kid, he had to sit in the basement because of the polio virus. Well, when you're a little kid, you do got to get vaccines for those. At least when you're little, real little, you are allowed to have vaccines. But as you start growing up, say no to vaccines because they're poisoned, and everything else. Since he opened his shop again, business has skyrocketed, and a lot of people support his decision. He said one customer drove from California just for a haircut. Mankey said, "Well, hey, at least he's got this is good news that he got a lot of support that his decision." He said, one customer drove from California just for a haircut, Mankey says. So there was a person that drove all the way from California to Michigan to get a haircut because where they are, it's pathetic in California. I've met people from every place across the country. Here in Michigan, they're coming from all over the state, he said. Yes, so he's saying they're coming from all over the state. He met people from every place across the country. And he also says here in Michigan, they're coming from all over the state. So everybody in Michigan, they were coming all over to get a haircut. And a person from California came to Michigan to get a haircut as well. And, with your mayors, your governors, and your states, they are illegally holding you hostage, so you can't go to work, because the more fear they put in you, the more fear you're going to end up with. And then what's going to happen? You're going to be in a hospital, and you're already in shock now because it's causing a lot of confusions. Oh, you got to do this, you got to do this. They're making up rules that don't apply to you. They're telling you what you got to do. Stop listening to them. I don't even listen to them. I went out today, no mask. I don't listen to the government and the mayors in the States. I could care less about them. Who the heck are they anyways? They're nobody. They're a nobody. That's who they are. Leave your comments below. I am out.